actually going to Stockholm. We're going to be joined by the Indonesian ambassador to
before we go there, we go to Stockholm first.
Yeah.
We have ambassador to Sweden right there. His Excellency Kama Pradipta Isnomo joining us from Stockholm. A very good morning to you over in Stockholm. Happy Independence Day, Mr. Ambassador. Merdeka!
Merdeka, happy Independence Day, and good morning from chilly Stockholm.
Wow,
chilly.
It's a chilly summer.
Right. Okay.
So how do you celebrate the Independence Day for a chilly day in Stockholm, Mr. Ambassador? Tell us more.
Today, the weather is registered at 17 degrees Celsius. I repeat, 17 degrees Celsius. So it's slightly chilly. A bit surprised because we were not expecting the weather. We were expecting about 22, 25 degrees, but nevertheless, this is the Nordic. Everything is based on the weather. But today we are going to celebrate our 79th anniversary by starting with the flag hoisting ceremony. We expect around 600 to 700 Indonesian nationals in Stockholm and greater Stockholm area to participate in today's event. So we look forward to having this a very beautiful and festive event.
All right. So you mentioned about 700 people will be attending the event today. Exactly how many people, Indonesian residents, are staying in Sweden at the moment?
In total, we have around 1,500 Indonesian citizens or nationals. This is primarily due to the fact that we have an increasingly number of Indonesian students who are studying in Sweden. So I think this has been the trend for the past 2-3 years, and we've seen an increase of Indonesian scholarship recipients from LPDP. And recently we signed another MOU between the Ministry of Education and several universities in Sweden, whereby Indonesian undergraduate students will take part for 1 semester to study and to get resources, materials here in various campuses in Sweden.
Right. Mr. Ambassador, on that note, we've seen so many cooperations between particularly medical companies of Sweden with medical faculties here, different universities across the nation in Indonesia. And also we have a lot of Sweden companies established here for many years here in Indonesia. How do you see that moving forwards? We can establish more ties covering more ranges and aspects of cooperations between the two nations.
That's a very good question, because next year, Indonesia and Sweden will commemorate our 75th anniversary of bilateral relations. Sweden was one of the first few European countries that recognized our independence, which was 74 years ago. So based on this relationship, we have built and we have harnessed many aspects of relationship, which includes economics, trade, politics, social, cultural, and education. You mentioned about economics and trade there. Sweden happens to be the biggest trading partner of Indonesia from the Nordic. Last year, we broke the record of $1.1 billion of total trade. And Sweden also happens to be the biggest investor in Indonesia from the Nordic. What are the departments or sectors that Sweden and Indonesia are focusing at? We are mostly focusing at, number one, renewable and sustainable and transition energy. So that is the main focus, one of the main focus. Secondly is both Sweden and Indonesia are mining nations. Sweden and Indonesia are blessed with abundance of mineral resources. So there's an area of collaboration and potential there. And thirdly, you mentioned about health. Sweden happens to be ranked number 2 in the world in terms of innovation and technology after Swiss and before the US. So we want to capitalize on this. And on health sector, this is something that we really need. And just 3 months ago, we facilitated an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding between Karolinska University, which is a renowned medical university in Sweden, together with our own university, University of Erlangga in Surabaya, whereby both universities would have joint research and joint collaboration at the PhD level. So many of areas of opportunities lie ahead. We are going to celebrate the 75th anniversary, and I think both nations agree and see things eye to eye that trade, commerce, economy is something that will be the most the strongest foundation between our relationship.
Right. Well, thank you very much for shedding lights on great future between Indonesia and Sweden ahead. And we have to thank you again for talking to us on the program. His Excellency Kama Pradipta Isnomo, the ambassador of Indonesia to Sweden. And again from Jakarta, happy Independence Day, Mr. Ambassador. Merdeka!
Merdeka, thank you, and greetings to all our compatriots back home.
All right.
Thank you very much.